Welcome in, everybody, to the betPARX studio for a Week 9 edition of Mark and the Maniac. I'm Mark Feldman. He's Maniac Malloy. Maniac, I feel the vibes are way higher for this show than they were last week. Last week, we were struggling. The Phils had just lost in the NLCS. But this week, it's time to talk about football. It's a big Eagles game coming up that we're going to dive into. And I'm excited to be here with you, buddy.
It's Dallas week. You know what that means? It's hate week.
It is.
Dallas sucks. The Eagles are the best team in the NFL, and I believe they're going to prove it this Sunday at 4:25 in South Philadelphia, Lincoln Financial Field. Fire me up!
You're fired up. I'm fired up. Let's get right into it. The Philadelphia Eagles host the Dallas Cowboys this Sunday at 4:25. It's America's game of the week. It's America's team versus City of Brotherly Love.
I can't even believe you say that. America's team. You can't buy into that baloney.
I'm just setting the stage.
Okay,
I'm just
stage.
setting the
Go ahead,
stage
keep
for the
setting
game.
It. Set it.
I'm
Set the
setting
table.
the
Set the
stage.
table.
Eagles, Cowboys, the number one seed is on the line. The NFC East is on the line. A massive Week 9 game. Just give me your initial thoughts of this game as we head into it on Sunday.
Well, first of all, I think the Eagles are going to win the game.
I like that.
I really think they are going to win the game. They have to win the game because it doesn't get any easier from this point out. They got to have this one going into the bye, and they really need to have this one because, boy, oh boy, will it be – I can't even believe it.
Don't even tease about it.
With the bye week, it's going to be a very, very sad and depressive state in the city of Philadelphia. Somehow, some way, Dak Prescott comes in here and hands it to the Birds. I can't. I don't even want to think about it. I can't believe that it'll happen, and I really do think they're going to take care of business. I think the Eagles are just a better team.
I think there's two key X factors to take a look at heading into this game. Number one, pretty simple, A.J. Brown. 6 straight games of 125-yard or more receiving, 125-yard receiving yards or more. I just fumbled that.
Yeah, you did, but go ahead. We get it.
You set the record. Yeah, he set the record. It's the NFL record. 125 or more receiving yards in 6 straight games. I got it.
And it was like Lenny Dawson from the Colts in 19-dickety-doo.
Yeah, I think.
That's Christian McCaffrey.
Yeah,
whatever.
Wow,
keep going.
All right,
keep going.
The key X factor. Let's get into it. A.J. Brown.
A.J. Brown is the X.
No Trevon Diggs. No Trevon Diggs for the Dallas Cowboys. I'm really interested if they start to double A.J. Brown or what Dallas's game plan is going to be. Because if you try to take away A.J. Brown, the Birds have Dallas Goedert. They have Devontae Smith, who had a touchdown against Washington last week. I'm kind of curious.
And they have Julio.
2 catches, and one of them for a touchdown. That's pretty good vibes and odds. Julio Jones.
And don't forget about my boy from St. Joe's Prep, Olamide Zacchaeus. Lamade. Don't forget about him.
How about 2
Don't throw dirt on his name.
How about DeAndre Swift?
Yeah. Well, that's what I think is going to be the X factor.
You think the running backs?
I think they're going to be very, very conscious of trying to take A.J. Brown out of the game. And the Eagles are going to be able to run the football on Sunday, and I think DeAndre Swift is in for a big game. So take a look at all of his prop bets. We're taking all overs on DeAndre Swift, and we're absolutely throwing in the anytime touchdown scorer for sure.
I like that. The other thing briefly that we want to touch on, the turnover battle. The Eagles have not been great holding on to the ball. They've lost 13. They've had 13 turnovers, either fumbles or interceptions this year. That's 23rd in the NFL, so in the bottom third of the league, while Dallas has only lost the ball 7 times. That's a top 5. They're 5th in the league in holding on to the ball. I think that's going to be interesting. Do you think the Eagles defense can force Dak into some interceptions?
Well, I mean, of course they can.
There it is.
Dak is ass. We'll never forget that, right? He truly is ass.
You love that
and
line.
He's had 2 really good games in a row, and you know what that means? He's due. He's due. He's ripe for the picking, and I think there will be some picks thrown on Sunday. So that might be another prop you want to look at if you're in that Dallas hate week mode. Take the over on interceptions for Dak Prescott on Sunday. What I think is very interesting about the point you brought up, though, is about the turnovers is the Eagles are still winning games while being, 23rd in the league for the most turnovers and 20th in the league for forced turnovers.
Not that many.
In the past several seasons, one of the things I've always noticed about the Eagles is they win games when they force turnovers, right? And they're due to have a couple, takeaways on defense. I think they're going to get it right and not turn the ball over. And like I said, Dak is ripe for the picking, and I think you're going to see him cough it up in the big time, prime time game of the week on Sunday.
You mentioned the interception. I could see Hassan Reddick, a little strip sack fumble. Tyron Smith has now not practiced on Wednesday and Thursday heading into the game. They could be with their backup left tackle. I would definitely take a look at that as well. I could see a little Hassan Reddick coming around the edge. Down he goes! Down goes Prescott! Eagles recover! So maybe take a look at that as well in the betPARX app for a couple of Eagles sacks. And I'm excited for this game. I've got the Eagles winning 31-21. Your score prediction?
I got the Eagles winning 48-6.
Oh, I love it.
I think that's what we're going to see on Sunday. No, really.
Now, what's your real score?
The guy I'm worried about is CeeDee Lamb.
Yeah.
The matchups there, putting him in the slot, that's one of the weaknesses for the Eagles. I think you got to try to take him away. But the biggest thing the Eagles have going for them is their run defense. And Tony Pollard, he's kind of not really taking that huge step forward, that huge leap forward, which they were looking for and why they kind of broke away from Zeke Elliott. That's a huge factor for the Birds, is that the Eagles are going to be able to stop them from running the football, which then in turn is going to put that ball in Dak Prescott's hands. And I'm willing to take my chances. I know his record against the Eagles, whatever you want to say. A lot of those games haven't mattered. This one really matters. And we know when the game matters the most, that's when Dak Prescott shows us who he really is. That's where he really shows us.
I love it.
What a type of quarterback that he is. And they're not going to be able to rely on Tony Pollard. So that means he's going to have the ball in his hands a lot, and I like our chances.
Dak is ass. Dallas sucks. Go Birds. All right, speaking of the Birds, on the betPARX app, if you go under the future wagers for the Philadelphia Eagles, their over-under for wins for the season is 12.5. If you think they're going to hit the over, you can get that at -124. If they're going to win less than 12.5 games, you can get the under at +100. They're heading into this big 6-game stretch, starting with the Cowboys this weekend. If Maniac Malloy made a bet on this, what would he pick and why?
Wow. I mean, this is one that's, it's very interesting, and it'll be, a good sweat for the next 7 weeks, because this is going to be the determining factor of whether they hit that over in these next 6 games. It starts Sunday. You got to win that one, and if you win that one, and if you think they're going to win and they're going to take care of the business on Sunday, then, yeah, I would take the over here. But there's a lot of factors that can come into this, There's injuries. There's the fact that you have that game late in that stretch against the Seahawks. The Eagles really have played horrible in Seattle over the past several years. And also they have not played very well in Dallas. And although we are those, ultra positive Eagles fans that think they're going to win all the time, they don't play good in Dallas either. So those are 2 games at the end of the schedule. All of a sudden, I'm not afraid of the 49ers. I've never really been afraid of the Bills and Josh Allen. The Chiefs game, they're going to be coming back from Germany. The Eagles owe them one. I really think that they're going to rattle off 4 wins in a row here. And what I think is going to happen is you're going to see a win on Sunday over the Cowboys. Bye week, then they're going to go out to Kansas City, and they're going to hand it to Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid and get them back. Then I think they'll be rolling by then. They'll take care of the Bills. They'll take care of the 49ers. And then I think they could actually lose 2 in a row on the road. And I think that could be a little bit of, let a little wind out of our sails. So I think that's the key here. That's what they keep saying on the radio. That's the hot take. You got to go 4-2. So why not win the first 4 in a row and then see what happens on the road in those 2 really, really tough games? Who do you think and how do you think they're going to do it? I do think they get over 12.5 wins on the year.
So I like it, and I agree with you. We are going to end up at the same destination, but a little bit different navigation. I think they're going to beat the Cowboys. I think they're going to lose at the Chiefs. I just think on Monday night, the Chiefs are also coming off a bye. That's a tough game. I could see the Eagles losing that. They're beating the Bills, and they're beating the Niners at home. Book it, lock it. That is an absolute dub. They always struggle at Dallas. I think that's going to be the second loss in this 6-game stretch. I'm going to say they lose at Dallas, but then they're going to beat Seattle. I just don't think Geno Smith is that good. I think the Eagles coming off a loss against Dallas, I think they're going to beat Seattle, so they'll go to 4-2 in that stretch. They'll be 11-3 overall. Then they'll have 3 games remaining. They need to win 2 of them. Giants, Cardinals, Giants, they're winning 2 of them. Even if they rest guys, their backups could beat the Giants starters. I think the Eagles get to 13 wins. I would take the over at -124 on the betPARX app. I love that wager. So we both are going over.
We're going over.
Little different navigation, but the same destination.
That Seahawks game, I'm still not really looking forward to that one. I don't know
That'll
why.
be tough, but
and
I just think Geno Smith is not that good.
Geno Smith does stink, but their defense is good.
Yeah.
And they keep on winning games. They keep on winning games, and Geno does do just enough to get it done. So that'll be a tough one, and I think that's one of the games that a lot of people are overlooking and just counting as a win, and that's when it happens. That's when you take the L.
Yeah, I get that. So we both have them going over. That's an Eagles future wager. If you want to see any of the future wagers for any of the NFL teams on the betPARX app, check it out. They're all up there right now, and download the betPARX app today. The other big game in Week 9 of the NFL season, Dolphins-Chiefs over in Germany. I'm excited for this game. A 9:30 a.m. Eastern start time. Wake up after your big party or Saturday night. Wake up. You'll put on the game. And I'm excited. This could be an AFC Championship preview. Tyreek Hill facing his former team. And Tyreek Hill might be the MVP right now. He has over 1,000 receiving yards, 8 touchdowns. Both these teams flying over the Atlantic Ocean. What are you thinking about this matchup? Dolphins-Chiefs in Germany.
I think it's very strange that the line is only 1 point. I'm sure that what factors into that the most is the Chiefs' very, very surprising loss on the road to the Broncos. Divisional game, but I think that has a lot to do with why that line is only 1 point. I think that in a neutral field, Germany, big game, nothing better than waking up in the morning with a cup of coffee and settling in for this one.
Cup of joe.
I'm going to go ahead and take the Dolphins, though, outright to beat the Chiefs and, get the Sunday slate started early with a win. Give me the Dolphins to beat the Chiefs. I think it'll be a lot of high scoring, but for whatever reason, I do think that the Chiefs are going to have a hard time keeping up on offense with the Dolphins.
I don't like how much we're agreeing because I have the Dolphins outright as well.
Oh, no.
Yeah, so you might want to start fading Feldman.
Fade Feldman
I don't know. You made
now
the
you
pick
just
first.
maybe changed my mind there. You might have just already changed my mind. I figured for sure you were going to take the Chiefs.
No, I think that the Dolphins are ready. I think they're finally ready to beat a good team. I think Tyreek Hill is motivated. I think Jalen Waddle is ready. And like you mentioned, I agree with you. It's going to be a track meet back and forth, both these offenses. Give me the Dolphins in a shootout. I just think they have more weapons. Mahomes and Kelsey are obviously incredible. They're really untouchable. You can't even guard Travis Kelsey even when you double team him.
But other than that,
Sky Moore, is he going to drop another pass? I mean, they have so many guys that are struggling.
He
Cole
really did.
Hardman, that was a bad drop.
But you got to think about all the things that had to go wrong for the Chiefs, for the Broncos to win.
Mahomes was sick.
Are they going to figure it out and get it right? Yeah, Travis Kelsey's down at the World Series during the week.
Waiting for Mahomes. I don't know.
Is Taylor Swift going to surface in Germany? I wonder.
We'll have to take a look at her tour, her Eras tour.
If she's not over there, if she's not at the game, then definitely the Dolphins win.
Give me the Dolphins. So it really just depends if Taylor Swift is over there.
Yeah,
but
we'll take a look at that, and then that's how we'll decide on Sunday.
No one can guard Tyreek Hill. I'm taking the Dolphins 38, Chiefs 31.
I'll say this. I think Isaiah Pacheco has a big game for the Chiefs. I think that'll be one of the strategies that Andy Reid tries to get rolling with the run game to try to keep the ball added to his hands because he knows. I mean, he knows Tyreek Hill. He knows that he doesn't want to get beat by him. So look for Isaiah Pacheco to have a big game, but I think that the Dolphins get it done late and they win outright.
All right, I like that. Let's move on to my favorite segment, at least for the last couple weeks, because we and you have been red hot. The Underdog Moneyline Pick of the Week, NFL Week 9. Do you want me to go first, or do you want to
go first? You're so excited about it.
I am fired up.
You're fired up.
We had the Browns.
Yeah, we had the Browns last week. Everybody was on the Browns.
Against the Niners, yeah.
Well, that was 2 weeks ago. We had the Bengals.
We had the Bengals this past week. So we've picked against the Niners back-to-back weeks, and we've won both.
Unbelievable.
Purdy stinks.
Purdy is horrible.
Dak is ass, and Purdy stinks. So that's the
Purdy shitty.
Yeah.
He's pretty shitty.
I'll let you say that. I'm going to go with the Minnesota Vikings, plus 175 on the money line against the betPARX app. I know Kirk Cousins just tore his Achilles. I feel bad for him. So prayers to you, Cousins. I hope you recover. He's a free agent at the end of the year, so it'll be interesting to see what that happens. But Josh Dobbs, he's been playing decent for the Arizona Cardinals, is coming over. He's going to start for the Minnesota Vikings, and they're facing the Atlanta Falcons. They already benched Desmond Ridder. It's now going to be Taylor Heineke starting for the Falcons. And I just think Jordan Addison and that Vikings offense is ready to have another big game. The Vikings have won 2 in a row. They're in the NFC wildcard race. Vikings plus 175 on the road outright on the betPARX app. Give me the Vikings.
Now, here's where I will absolutely 100% fade you here. Taylor Heineke came into that game last week, and he did really well. Threw for 175 yards. Something about that guy. He's a leader. He's like a real gritty football guy. I think he's got a huge opportunity for him to step up as the starter, to show that he's a starter in this league again. He's done it before. He's proven it before. The Commanders gave up on him. I think he goes ahead and takes hold of that job for the rest of the season. I think he has a really good game off that soft Vikings defense. They are going to be super down. They've got to be super down in that building all week that Cousins, their leader, is gone. I like the value at plus 175, and I do think that the Vikings could win the game, and I think it'll be close. But I'm going to have to fade you with the Falcons this week, so I'm on the other side.
All right, you're on the Falcons. I'm going to ride with the Vikings, but I think it's going to be a close game. I don't see a blowout either way. Who's your underdog moneyline pick of the week?
Well, for this one, you're going to really have to hold your nose. You're going to have to really hold your nose for this.
Go ahead.
This is the Stink Bowl. The Stink Bowl. Giants, Raiders. Raiders are an absolute dumpster fire. That was one of the worst and most pathetic, absolutely pathetic performances on Monday Night Football by Jimmy G. He's done. It's Day of the Dead, November 2nd. Jimmy G, dead. He's done. I hope that's the last we see of him. I'm sure it won't be. He'll surface somewhere. But the Raiders are cooked. They're dead. Daniel Jones, he's on track. He's been cleared.
He's going to play.
For contact. He's going to play. The Giants defense, I mean, I don't know what they're doing, trading Leonard Williams. They're kind of packing it in. I don't know. But the Raiders win. The Raiders are not going to win. Excuse me. The Giants win the Stink Bowl. Give me the Giants as the underdog plus 100 on the betPARX app. Giants outright over the Raiders. Underdog pick of the week. Not much of an underdog, but.
You said you're going to fade Feldman with my underdog pick. I'm going to pass Pat. I'm taking
Pat. Oh my God. Let's see how that works out for you. Okay.
All right, but I'm going to take the Raiders. I just think you get that new juice coming off of coach firing. I think that even though it's Aiden O'Connell playing, the Giants stink too. So I'm going to take.
I do like the Aiden O'Connell guy. How can you not?
I think he's better than Jimmy G.
But he's going to make mistakes. He's going to make mistakes, and I think Daniel Jones has got to do something this week.
Oh my gosh! All right, so we have our underdog moneyline pick of the week. Now, what favorite is going to cover the spread? Why don't you take this one first? Who? That's a favorite is covering the spread on the betPARX app.
Well, I'm headed to the Frank Reich Bowl.
Okay.
The Panthers versus the Indianapolis Colts. This line is only at 2.5. I'm super surprised at this because it's no doubt, no secret that the Panthers, and I say it all the time, they're the worst team in the NFL. I have no idea. I didn't watch the game. I have no idea how the Houston Texans coughed that one up and lost. But, a blind squirrel does find a nut every now and again. The Panthers win a game unbelievably, and now they go into the Frank Reich Bowl. They won that game. This is a big emotional game because of the head coach. That's the reason why this line is as low as it is. It's going to move, I think, to maybe 3.5, 4 by kickoff, maybe, I think. But Shane Steichen, he's done wonders with the Colts. He's made them into a competitive ball club this year somehow, some way. This is a team that beat the Ravens, right? A banged-up Ravens team, but on the road, they did take care of business. Give me Indy and lay the 2.5 points against the Panthers. I don't think that's enough points, and I think the Indianapolis Colts cover the spread this weekend on the betPARX app. So give me the Colts.
I like that. I would absolutely follow you with that, and
I think people are going to pick the Panthers just because of the Frank Reich thing. Like I think that's got to be why.
Minshew Mania, baby.
Minshew Mania, baby. There's nothing wrong with betting on Gardner Minshew. There's nothing wrong with that.
The team I'm picking to cover the spread this week, it's Sunday Night Football. And it's the Cincinnati Bengals -2 against the Buffalo Bills. This is another hell of a game for Week 9.
Another emotional game.
Yeah, another emotional.
This is the DeMar Hamlin Bowl.
This is a rematch from what happened this past January. They only finished like 7 minutes of that first quarter. You're absolutely right. Back in Cincinnati. And I just think I'm just going off vibes on this. Both teams are really good. Both teams are going to make the playoffs. But I am going with Joe Burrow. As we mentioned, we picked them to upset the Niners last week.
Yep. You're like a closet Bengals fan. Go ahead.
I kind of like the Bengals. Yeah, Joe Burrow.
Watch what you say. Watch what you say.
All right. Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, and I just think they're going to win. I've been picking the Bengals a lot on this podcast, and I'm going with them again. They haven't let me down yet. Give me the Bengals. Give me the Bengals laying the 2. That's not that many points. I think they absolutely can win by a field goal or more. And I just think the Bills on defense are banged up. They're still missing Milano. They're still missing a bunch of other players in the secondary. And Joe Burrow's red hot. Bengals -2. Book it.
One of the things you forgot to mention there is Josh Allen has been complaining about a shoulder problem.
Didn't practice on Wednesday.
Joe Burrow, he seems to be back to full strength. I'm sure he's not, but close enough. I think that's what the factor is going to be. If Allen's a little banged up, Burrow's feeling 100%. Bengals seem to have been figuring it out week by week. Jamar Chase is going to have a big game in this one. I like that pick. I'm going to follow you and trail you there. Let's lay the points with the Bengals.
So we're going against each other in our underdog picks, but for the teams that are going to cover the spread, we're both agreeing with each other. So I like that. Good vibes as we
good vibes.
Head to the
good vibes only.
Absolutely. It's time for the promotion section.
Promotions time.
It is time to let the people know about different promotions on the betPARX app. We each have one we're going to talk about. You're going to go first for the prime time extra down parlay. Let the people know what game are you picking to use this, and what are you picking with it?
Well, we got to get the week started early. Thursday Night Football, same game parlay, prime time extra down promotion, the best NFL football promotion in the land. Bet $20 or more on any same game parlay for prime time. That's Thursday night, Sunday night, Monday night, and if your bet wins or loses, you're going to be credited with a $20 bonus bet. Here's what I like for Thursday Night Football. Titans going to Pittsburgh. This is another stink bowl, right? This is another stink bowl.
There are some good games and there's bad games.
Will Levis had an incredible game. He's got to come back down to earth. Tough crowd out in Pittsburgh. Kenny Pickett, small hands, stinks. What does that mean? Not a lot of offense, all right? What do I like to bet on? Field goals. Field goals. Field goals. Field goals, Jackie. Give me over 3.5 field goals in the game. Thursday Night Football. Derrick Henry, though, he will sniff out the end zone, so give me a Derrick Henry anytime touchdown. And Will Levis, he is going to go down with the ship. He's going to go down guns a-blazing. He had a really nice connection with DeAndre Hopkins last week. His over-under is right around 49.5 yards. I find that to be very, very low. So let me take the over on DeAndre Hopkins' yardage at 49.5. That's going to be a plus 950 bet on the betPARX app. Throw $20 on that one to win $190. Book it. Give me the over 3.5 field goals. Derrick Henry anytime touchdown, and DeAndre Hopkins over 49.5 receiving yards. Plus 950. Put 20 on it to win 190. That's my same game parlay, prime time, extra down promotion pick of the week. Let's go.
I love how fired up you were.
I'm fired up, man.
You think your prime time's going to win.
I really feel good about that.
When you go with field goals, it's good vibes.
You know what I feel the best about? I feel the best about not having to pick somebody to win that game.
Yeah, you avoided the actual win.
I have no idea who's going to win.
You just did props.
I have no idea who's going to win. Derrick Henry loves to see the end zone. I can see at least 4 field goals going through the uprights. And Hopkins, come on. DeAndre Hopkins, he's got to get over 50 yards. Come on.
Especially after the big game you had last week.
What's your promotion for the week?
I'm going to tell the people about the Gridiron Score and Spin promotion on the betPARX app.
Little casino.
That's right. You talked about some sports. I'm going to talk about the casino. Now, it is a casino promotion, but it's related to the Philadelphia Eagles game this Sunday against the Dallas Cowboys.
Nice.
So all you people out there who want to deal with this, it's wager at least $150 on any of the exciting betPARX online casino games. You opt into the promotion on the betPARX app.
Opt in.
And once you play your $150,
play $150.
The Birds score. What they score versus the Cowboys this Sunday will determine the amount of bonus spins you'll receive.
Nice.
So earlier in the pod, I predicted the Eagles to win 31-21. So if the Birds score 31 points, because my predictions are always right, obviously, you'll unlock 31 bonus spins to use on our top-rated slot games on the betPARX app. So wager $150, then you'll see what do the Eagles score against the Cowboys, however many points they have, that's how many free bonus spins or how many bonus spins you'll get on our top slot game. games. See the promo page for details. This is a good one. The Eagles offense just scored 38 against Washington. I think they're due for another big outpour against the Cowboys.
Man, imagine if you had that last week. You have 38 bonus spins, and you could have easily have had about 50.
Yeah, it could have been 52.
Because the Eagles could have scored 50. That's a really, really awesome promotion.
Yeah.
And I love me some slots. Dude.
You do.
Love
Slot it up.
Games. Slot it up. Only
Slot
on the betPARX app. See the promo page for details.
That's right. Before we wrap up here, one more that's not football related. College basketball.
Can
you guys believe college basketball is back? That's right. Remember UConn won the national championship? That feels like it was like a year and a half ago. But that was only in April. And college basketball, the season starts on November 6th. And betPARX has a super boost home opener for you. Villanova basketball. They're trying to rebound after a struggle last year when they finished 17-17. Didn't even make the NCAA tournament. But Kyle Neptune and the head coach of Villanova is going to have them ready to play. They kick off their season at home against American. If you think they're going to win, which they are, you got to check out this boost.
Hey now. Throw
Plus,
the disclaimer on that. Go ahead.
Yeah, I think they're going to win, maybe.
This is free money. No, he can't say it.
I can't say that. But Villanova to beat American, plus 100 on the betPARX app. You got to check it out. It's the Super Boost home opener for Villanova. College basketball is underway. College basketball is back.
I love that we do a promotion around Nova Ball.
Yeah.
And plus 100
plus 100
against the powerhouse that is American.
American.
You don't want to miss this one on the betPARX app. Villanova basketball to beat American, plus 100. Got to take that one.
Anything else to the people before we say bye-bye?
No, I don't think we got anything else that we didn't cover. I mean, I think we were very high energy, and it was a really good time hanging out here and talking with you this week.
This was awesome. Week 9 edition of Mark and the Maniac. I told you, the vibes are going to be higher because the Phillies hadn't just...
We have to have the vibes high. I don't even know if I'll be able to talk to you next week, though, if it doesn't go our way on Sunday.
Eagles, Cowboys. I'm already fired up for this game on Sunday, and I can't wait to talk about it with you on the show next week. For Maniac Malloy, I'm Mark Feldman. This has been Mark and the Maniac, presented by betPARX.